Two.
Welcome back to another episode of the Blind Grilling Experience here on YouTube. My name is Chris Peltz. I am the most interesting griller in the world, and today we have the Grill Blazer grill gun. I'm going to go over it, show you kind of the features, and talk a little bit about, especially for those who are blind or visually impaired, who want to get a torch but have a little bit of reluctancy because of what kind of flame that this thing might throw out. And this is one that I would recommend for some of its safety features. So let's talk about this particular torch here just a minute before we fire it up and show you how it works. First of all, at the business end, you might say, it almost feels like a little soup can, right? At the end, as you're feeling it, there's a can at the end. That's where the flame is going to be coming out. And there, as you come back towards the handle, you can feel almost like two tubes and a wire. That wire will be your starter, your ignition that goes back to your trigger. As you come back along the top, you'll finally come to the frame, the nice frame that's on this particular unit where the handle is almost like it feels like a handgun, like a pistol, and there's a rotating knob, a circular knob on the very top. Now you can hear that opens up and opens up the fuel. When that is on, in order for for it to go out, you have to turn that knob and turn it off completely, and that shuts off the fuel, and your fire will be extinguished. On the handle itself, if you go below the handle, that's where your 1 pound tank of propane gets screwed on. And then you have your handle itself and the trigger, just like you were holding, a handgun or pistol. On the grip, in the front of the grip, it's almost like an extra trigger there, but it doesn't light. To kind of explain this the best way I know, on the front of the hand grip itself, you can tell there's a little bit of play on the front. It pulls back. At the bottom of that grip, there's a piece that is for your pinky. If you press down and then pull that towards you, you can hear the propane come out. And so, again, what you have here is another way of getting propane out. One thing I really like about this particular system is you do not have to turn the knob on the top to open up that fuel. I'll go ahead and fire this up just real quick to kind of show you what I mean. Just by using the hand grip and the trigger. So I'm going to use my pinky to push down at the bottom of that hand grip, this little knob, little flat piece right under where your middle finger and ring finger go with your first finger on the trigger. And then your pinky pushes down, you pull the trigger toward you. You get flame, and then when I let go of that handle there on the grip itself, it cut off the propane. And now I don't have to mess with that knob up at the top. So that's really cool if you're ever afraid that you're going to drop this thing and you're wondering, oh, if I drop it, what happens? There's a flame going everywhere. I can't see it, can't find it. No, if for some reason this gets knocked out of your hands, dropped, or whatever else, once you let go of that, the flame goes out. That's awesome. The other little safety feature that they have in here, which is pretty cool, is a check valve. And what that does is if you tilt this too far, or let's say you used the knob on top and you had it open, and some reason you ended up dropping it and there's still a flame. Well, when you drop, this thing shakes and gets bumped around, liquid propane goes into that check valve, and that check valve basically knocks that fire to almost nothing. So you can still kind of hear a little something. I'm not going to demonstrate that, but but you can at least then be able to safely find it once you've dropped it and then turn off that fuel. But if that's still a little nerve-wracking for you, which I completely understand, being blind or visually impaired, I don't even bother with this top knob. I just simply use this hand grip. Now, if you did use the knob on the top, you open it up and you start it. Then when you pull that grip handle, that just adds more fuel to the flame, and it makes even a bigger flame. But it's really completely unnecessary. even though it's a lot of fun. So one more tip that I want to give you guys for if you're blind or visually impaired, especially for starting out, to get comfortable with this is use a starter stick to begin with. Put a starter stick into your charcoal, line up the tip of your starter stick with the tip of your grill torch while you have it in the grill, and then fire it up and let it light your starter stick. And that way you're not doing it as long. You get a little bit of practice. You can get comfortable using the torch for longer periods of time to light the charcoal completely. And once you're comfortable, lighting that starter stick, you'll get more comfortable holding that there longer and lighting the charcoal all together. But this grill torch is really cool. It's got the safety features that I think are beneficial for those who are blind or visually impaired, especially with this hand grip. The trigger to start it, but the hand grip, which really allows you, again, as we... Oh, there it went. But once you get it started, to let go of that grip and the fire goes out, and it's awesome. So that's the grill torch grill gun. I'm sorry, the Grill Blazer grill gun, which is what I've been using now for a couple of months. Full disclosure, they sent me the big one, but I have a wonderful wife who got me the sous vide gun, which is right here behind me, and got that for Christmas. So I have both the larger gun and the sous vide gun. But they work exactly the same way. Folks, thanks for watching Blind Grilling. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below or shoot me an email, blindgrilling@gmail.com. And remember the podcast, Blind Grilling Experience, on your favorite podcast app. Season 3 is about ready to begin. I'm excited about that. Until next time, remember, if you're looking, you ain't cooking.